Well, it's me, old Doc Young. I want to talk to you on a very serious matter now. We here at the Winchester Cathedral have tried to entertain you while we enlighten you and give you things to think about that will lead you into discovering more and more truth for yourself. Well, people tell me I'm a real SOB, and they are so right. I am an SOB. That stands for Student of the Bible. Now, I do more than that. I don't just study the Bible. I read a dozen different Bibles to begin with. The Greek Bible, I've read some of the original scrolls, and I read books from all over and all different religions and investigate even scientific journals. And I try to share all that with you in a way that I want you to absorb it. Well, it's coming down to the wire, and I want to be a little more serious in the future, and I hope you'll take it the way it's presented, because I want you to want to increase your knowledge. No, I'm not trying to take you away from religion. All religion is based on a metaphor anyway, but and religion, again, as I've said before, is a Latin word that means tied to God. And you're more than just tied to God. God is within you, but we'll get to that too. But I want to talk to you about the Bible to begin with. The Bible was written in such a manner that it could be interpreted in many different ways. And this is both good and bad point, because there is a wide range of interpretation, and it can be used from generation to generation that way. And the metaphors can be applied differently as conditions change. However, this is also a downside for people that really want to know all the truth. The wide range of interpretation lends itself toward almost all interpretation, good or bad. You can prove anything one way or the other using the Bible if you want to. When a biased individual begins to interpret the Bible, there's a great chance that they'll wrap the metaphor to fit the unique bias, whether it's based on race, class, or gender. When interpreted incorrectly, religious metaphors are harmful to society and to you as an individual. Anyone progressing towards self-actualization, whether it's through religion or independent of it. If you're open-minded enough to study and analyze, investigate, and research all this, then you too are just like me, you're an SOB. But you'll be more than an SOB. You know, not only do I read and study all these, I meditate and contemplate, and I work things around. I'm constantly discovering a new truth, you might call it. The basic truth is always the same, never has changed. When Jesus came, he tried to instill that back into the teaching, which had been, even at that time, so corrupted and polluted that it was nothing like the original work that God gave us. And look what he got for it. No, he didn't die for your sins, as much as you've been told that by religion, and nowhere in the Bible does it say he died for your sins. He died to show you that he could live, and he rose from the dead, and so can you. Now, these are all things that we work for. These are the things. You know, I grant you probably notice a change in my voice. It's getting more and more difficult to project the way I used to. That's probably due to advanced age, they tell me. But it doesn't matter, because if you take care of your body, it's like your automobile. It'll last quite a long time. And when it breaks down, you fix it. And that's what we're going to do here in our religious breakdown. I'm going to reveal to you in the next few months all about how Christianity actually came about. Now, to my Jewish and Muslim friends, and Hindu, and you name it, they'll probably think that's not going to be too interesting, but it will be, because all of those things are incorporated in what I'm going to be teaching you. And you'll find out more about yourself and everything you've done, and it should be quite interesting. Now, I don't know whether you think you have the guts, the stamina to go through this or not, because it breaks some of the old traditions. when I start talking about how Christianity was formed, and I don't mean by Paul, he was the teacher that really got it going, I'll admit, but he didn't form it. He didn't make it like it is now, and the way it's been ruled and come. And you're going to find all those things out, because it's my goal to share them with you and to teach you about them. And then you make up your own mind. Let's start by what you are. First of all, you're a spirit, you're a soul, and you're a mind, and you're housed inside this physical body. That's what you are. You're riding around in a physical machine that you created, and God's created through you, with you, for you, so that you have this to grow, and to grow spiritually, and to grow in every other ways, technically. And we're doing pretty good on that, but we're not doing so good on some of the others. And with that, I want to close now. I'm not going to keep going on this vein, but starting very next week, you might want to share this with some of your friends, although they're not going to like it if they're steeped in their religious fear, control, political control and fear. Those two also work on people. But I don't want to change anybody. I just want to educate you so that you too can make up your own mind. The teaching of Jesus was true. He said, love, and God saves by grace alone, and that's true.